What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Blood on the Razor Wire TV, where we bring it to you real and we bring it to you raw. Today, we're going to be talking about that drill rapper, K-Flock. Young kid from the Bronx, living that street life at a young age, man. Living a dangerous life at a young age, a life where he could have easily lost his life or lost it to the prison system. And eventually, man, he's arrested for a murder, sitting in the jail, sitting in the cell and thinking, damn, man, I got this facing 25 to life, but I got my lawyer on it. The next thing you know, the big dogs show up. Federal authorities show up. Hey, guess what, buddy? We got this indictment for you. It's a racketeering conspiracy. We're going to charge you with that same murder from the state. We're going to charge you over here in federal court. Yeah, don't worry about your lawyer. There's no such thing as double jeopardy over here because we just kind of changed the charges. So it's not double jeopardy. So now he's facing this big-ass indictment in the feds. And what are they going to do? Are they going to make it a death-eligible case? Very, very good possibility. What is a death-eligible case? That means, man, they can give him the death penalty. And that's how the feds work. They say, look, check this out. This is what we're going to do. We're going to offer you a deal to 40 years, or we're going to pursue this, and we're going to seek the death penalty, and then we're just going to kill you. So what do you want to do? It's up to you, K-Flock. What do you want to do? You want to go to trial? You want to continue to be, the gangster that you say you are? And probably in his situation, I'm going to speculate, he's probably going to go to trial. He ain't going to take a cop out. He's going to ride it out. But anyway, let's get into the story and then we'll talk about it. Kevin Perez, K-Flock, at the age of 19, is facing life in prison and possibly the death penalty. The feds say he is and was a man that was off the chain. The life he once knew is forever gone. Sometimes people can never leave the streets. And in the end, it results in a life that is forever gone. When the feds come, rarely do people get out of their web. K-Flock, while doing dirt, decided to hit the studio and make music. In May 2020, he dropped his first ever public track, FTO. The song was a remix to 22 G's Blicky Gang Freestyle, and it instantly set him on the path to gaining recognition in the music world. His buzz rose up the ranks, releasing back-to-back hits like Op Spot, featuring Beat Love and Speed Racing. Brotherly Love was a hit as well. Just maybe. He would get out the streets and find the fame and fortune that so many young kids dream about in the boogie down Bronx. 2021 was getting hotter for K-Flock as he was dropping bangers like Being Honest. K-Flock had it all. Everything a star needs in the rap game. The people, the cadence, the neighborhood, the emotion, the bars, the flow. He had everything to be the star he was suddenly becoming. But would he throw it all away? As in many cases, the street habits and lifestyle were all him, and he had no desire to let it go. He lived that life that people rap about, that he rapped about. His mind was already made up. He was going to stay who he had always been. K-Flock would still find himself caught up in the street when the biggest moment of his life would happen in April 2022. That is when Cardi B jumped on his song, Shake It, alongside Dougie B and Bori 300, which peaked at number 51 on the Billboard Hot 100. He was ready to make it, but would throw it all away. The music video saw the leader of the Barty gang turn back the clock to her red bars era and don a red paisley pattern wig to drop her vicious verse. Cardi knew he was hot, but the streets had him. That was his life. Like many young mindless kids, he took to social media when he would load up the whip with the homies and go out hunting. Violence was his kind of fun. Pushing it out on social media like the feds were not watching. Lives, recordings, he did it all. But nowadays, this is what young-minded people do. They jump out on what they call their ops and let loose. K-Flock had no problem pulling up. He would come to your hood and see what's popping if there was an issue. K-Flock was not the type of dude to wait for you. He was with that business, but where would it get him? His lyrics tell you a story that takes us old dudes back to Paid in Full. Go ask my ops, it get ugly. I could do like Ice did to Sonny, like this lacking. That a dummy. He think I'm a rapper? He think that shit funny? Analyzing the bar, it's clear what it is. It's about Sonny's uncle kidnapping him to do some dirty shit. K-Flock was in a heated beef with a family member, and that family member was the YG's banger, D-Fang, who was K-Flock's cousin. He heard the subliminal and responded, confirming their beef and that the line was meant for him. Beef was what K-Flock seemed to thrive on. It's easy to say that when you're living recklessly, only two things can happen: life in prison or premature death in the streets.
K-Flock kept his foot on the gas. In his teens, he wanted to be the king of the Bronx, and he pushed for it, creating different beefs. He wanted people to know he was a real-life gangster. It wouldn't be long before the police were on him. They say that on December 16, 2021, it would all unravel. K-Flock hit Amsterdam Avenue, and his victim would be a 24-year-old young man. The victim was sitting in a barbershop on Amsterdam Avenue and West 151st Street shortly before 10 a.m., waiting to get a haircut. K-Flock walked by, opened the shop door, and asked Mr. Hernandez what he was looking at. Hernandez then stepped outside to confront him like, "Yo, what's up?" The two argued, and Perez started to walk away, K-Flock. But then K-Flock pulled a gun, according to court papers, and shot dude in the neck and back, although his lawyer has contended that he wasn't the shooter. Eventually, K-Flock was arrested. Life was now real, as he was sitting in a jail cell looking at 25 years to life in a New York State prison. Lyrics and social media might be the reason K-Flock loses his life or spends the rest of it in a federal prison. A heavy price for a young man that had the opportunity to change his circumstances. Just the other day on February 23rd, 2023, shit got a lot realer. The feds charged the drill rapper and others in the Southern District of New York. K-Flock, along with his people, Devin Mason, a.k.a. BJ, Irvin Beeman, a.k.a. EJ, Nicholas Johnson, a.k.a. Nick, Sean Smith, Sticky, and Josie Castro, a.k.a. Jesse, are all charged with a racketeering conspiracy and other crimes related to their membership in Sev Side, or DOA, a street gang according to court papers based in the Bronx. On January 26, 2023, that superseding indictment was unsealed, charging Mr. Rosen, a.k.a. Zay Muna, a.k.a. Zay, and Michael Gant, AP, with racketeering as well, and other crimes related to their membership in Third Side, a street gang also based in the Bronx, New York, that was closely affiliated with Sev Side. K-Flock was also charged with that gang-related murder from the state and federal court. The kid that he allegedly shot on December 16th. Perez, Mason, Beeman, Johnson, Rosen, and Gant were further charged with multiple other violent crimes in connection with the Sev Side and Third Side gangs. This included attempted murder and assault with a dangerous weapon, rising from 7 shootings committed in the Bronx between June 2020 and February 2022, right when K-Flock's career was starting to skyrocket. The Sev Side indictment is assigned to the U.S. District Judge Louis J. Lyman. The third sealed indictment is assigned to United States District Judge Paul A. Engelmeyer, both judges who are known to play no games. Will the indictment be bigger? Will there be more to come? Will the feds seek the death penalty? Once the indictment dropped, everyone had something to say, including the U.S. Attorney, the head prosecutor. Damian Williams would say, over a span of several years, the members of these gangs allegedly terrorized neighborhoods in the Bronx and Manhattan by killing and shooting other people. Through these charges, we will hold Sev Side and Third Side members responsible for plaguing our communities with gun violence. And then came the police commissioner. The deadly nexus of gangs and illegal guns in New York City is a grave threat to public safety in our city. Combating this crisis is the NYPD's top priority, and today's indictments are another step toward ridding our streets of violence and fear. I want to thank the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York and everyone else involved with this case who worked to make our city safer for all the people we serve.
I mean, wild story, right? You ever feel people's pain when you think about, damn, this kid just blew his whole life. Cardi B's on your track, your music career is taking off, but you're pulling up and you're videotaping stuff that you're doing and got your phone out on record. Yo, post this joint to Instagram. Yo, you know what it is. And the next thing you know, man, they're playing all that stuff at your trial. Rap lyrics, videos, all this stuff's on display. You think the feds aren't introducing that? You think the courts are going to be like, nah, you can't introduce rap lyrics? I mean, the government's alleging that this kid is rapping about the crimes that he committed. It's going to be admissible in court. I know there's people that are against it, and, you know, they're going to say, well, you know, the dudes that are just rapping, they're just rapping. They're not here. But when you're rapping and you're actually committing the crimes and then turning it into a song, well, we're going to go ahead and play it for the jury. How do you beat that? You know what the prosecutor says? Says, I'm not going to tell you what K-Flock did. K-Flock is going to tell you himself what he did. We got him right here on a recording. Actually, you're going to be able to see him doing it. We'll play them videos, play them recordings. Some of the homeboys are probably going to show up looking for a deal. You know how that goes. This is the federal criminal justice system. This is how it works. You know, like I said, man, it's just mind-boggling, right? Dudes are talking, yo, that's my op. Man, we're running around destroying each other, man. Running around killing each other, man. For what? For what? Because nobody wins. Everybody loses. Who wins? The prosecutor wins, man. The Federal Bureau of Prisons win. Your mother loses, your kids lose, your girl loses, you lose. And losing, man, could be your life. Are they going to put K-Flock on that table and take his last breath? You know, being that he's a young man, 19 years old, committed these crimes when he was 17, 18, 19, whatever, I would hope that they don't take his life. But I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's a very good possibility that, you know, this little drill rapper, that they drill his ass. It's a very good possibility that he may end up with the death penalty. Could you imagine that? 19 years old, and they're like, we hereby sentence you to death. And now you're going to be in a cell all alone over in Terre Haute. Terre Haute, Indiana, this is your cell. They're going to give you a TV, and one day they're going to come when your number plays. It's your turn, young man. And then it's just you. You're walking down the hallway with chains on, ankles, chains on, chains jingling. Be the last time you ever wear a chain, man. And it ain't the chain you had in your rap video. It's the chain that they're going to walk you over to the death chamber with. Blood on the Razor Wire TV. If you like what we're doing, man, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, share the video with respect. Until tomorrow, we're out.